hour with us. We'll be done by 9 o'clock or so today. And you'll see more about how Bob does the basic training.
Well, thank you, Brother Gary. You're right. And welcome to our new members of our 7K Hawaii Ohana team. One of the fastest growing teams in the whole country, by the way. And y'all on a little island. Oh, a long way away from the mainland. But you're already ping-ponging what I call back to the mainland and to other islands, which is a great thing. But let's say you have just joined the greatest opportunity of lifetime. Now, you can make as much out of it as you would like. You can just, relax and know that you can buy gold and silver and accumulate wealth for you and your family at the best cost. And you have an opportunity to get some exclusive products, and you got an opportunity to learn all about gold and silver. And because you see that 7K is an educational program. 7K is a teaching program. 7K teaches us what in the introduction with the wealth strategies video, it teaches us what we haven't been taught, or basically it teaches us of information that is different than what we've been brainwashed with. I like to say it that way because I was brainwashed and so was everybody else. And we were brainwashed on purpose. We were brainwashed because everybody else was getting rich off of our backs. And that's the truth. Because see, when you buy gold and silver and you get it at the best cost, nobody makes commissions on that. Those financial planners don't make a penny. And then when this goes up in value, when this goes down in value, this goes up in value, you gain wealth. And all you did was hold this instead of this, and you gain wealth. There's two examples I'd like all of our new members to learn as quickly, as quickly as you possibly can. Number one, you're going to need a tool set. You're going to need a silver 1 ounce eagle and a $1 bill. And you should always have this on your person. Okay. And you'll see me when I give some 7K wealth strategies in person. And when you watch the 7K video, we'll give an illustration about the 65 Mustang and about milk and about buying a home. Those three illustrations are also comes in your package with you. We don't even have to go to the page. We can we can look at the Mustang page, and we can look at the house page right next to the Mustang page, and we turn back one page and we see where the milk is. So here's what I want everybody to learn. This is how you can conversationally share 7K with those that you know and they know you. You can just have these things here with you and say, I've learned something. And I'd like you to see if you feel the same way about what I just learned. And you go through that, I've learned that this is just paper money. And we have been taught to save this when we really should have been saving this. And let me illustrate why. I mean, we all know about milk. 1965. That $1 bill and this $1 silver eagle that has 1 ounce of pure silver in it bought a gallon of milk in 1965, each one of them. But see, we're taught to save this stuff. In fact, they tell us don't even buy this stuff. That's what they tell us. But look, let's go to 2019. And if you got your book, you just want to turn to the page while you're doing that. And you're saying 2019, that $1 bill would not buy any container size of milk. But that 1 ounce silver coin, that same 1 ounce silver coin would buy 5.1 gallons of milk. But today is what? It's 2021, and 2 years later. So what would that $1 bill buy today in milk for you and me? It won't even buy a taste. You'll be lucky to get somebody to sell you a little taste of milk for $1. But that same 1 ounce silver coin, that'll buy you over 7 gallons of milk today. So do you own any silver? And just be quiet until I answer. Do you own any? I'm starting to get this at cost. Would you like to know how? See, learning how to give a little bit of information and ask questions is the most powerful thing we can do in this. Not trying to sell people. Learning how to give a little information. And so, you know, I've learned through my association with 7K, you just drop the word. That's all. Through my association with 7K. You just dropped the word. You didn't say, get into 7K with me. I've learned through my association with 7K that, you know, why that is true. And you turn to a picture. It's called a graph. And you turn to that page and you say, look, they created paper money back here in 1913. That's this kind of paper money. We had paper money before in America, but, you know, but they went off the gold standard in 1971. Before that, all the regular things worked because to print up paper, they had to have gold and silver. But when they went off the gold standard in 1971, the government could print up money just because they wanted to print it up. Well, that's happened in a lot of countries before, and it even happened in America before with other paper currency that's worthless today. But you know, I didn't learn this in school, did you? But I've learned it now, and it makes plain sense. The government keeps printing up that stuff, and we work hard to save it and put in our 401ks and IRAs and all that kind of stuff, CDs, and they just dilute it. They just pour in water into our money, and it becomes worthless, like that milk example we just talked about. Well, let's give our 40, you know, we are told if we save 10 or 15% every year out of what we earn, that we'll have a good standard of living to retire on, that we won't have to change our standard of living after working for 40 years. Well, I've learned that's not true. And it makes plain sense because I just kind of looked at the situation and it really makes real sense. See, 1965, they came out with that Ford Mustang. Well, you could buy it for $2,500 or 2,500 of those 1 ounce silver coins. Now we're taught to save money, paper, CDs, bonds, 401ks, IRAs, stocks. That's still paper. Save it, take 10, 15% out of our check, and we're going to have a good retirement. Well, I've kind of checked my last status, and you know, it's not growing like that. And to know that now my paper don't buy as much as I get older. So let's just take an example. We work 40 years and we retire at 2005. Now we retired 2005, we got a vehicle and it's working, but vehicles cost a lot of money. So we just keep it running. 15 years later, in 2020, that car don't work no more and you need a new set of wheels. So you're going to go draw $2,500 out of your pension plan, your IRA, your 401k. That's a lot of money to be drawing out. Yeah, but it won't get you a down payment on a car today. But guess what? If we'd have been saving this stuff, those same 2,500 ounces would buy 2 brand new Ford Mustangs in 2020. But even more illustrative is this is 2021. If you said those 2,500 of these things are worth over $40 each. That's $100,000. Heck, we can go buy a brand new Mercedes and pay cash for it and really live it up in our retirement years. See, we have been taught wrong. Would you like to get the same information I have? Hello. Learn how to present a little bit of information, a little bit of fact, and then ask the question. And so these are some of the main things that I want you to learn is that 1 ounce silver coin and $1 and the Mustang, and then the picture of the $10,000 and the house in 1965 and the gold, because you really could retire. You'd have your house paid off if you got your 30-year mortgage and you put it in gold. And see, if that's happened in the past, it's going to happen more in the future, because gold and silver, no man can make it. It's God's money. Only he can create it. Only he can destroy it. And so a lot of it's being consumed and owned. So what will that make it? Less valuable or more valuable in the future? Again, ask the question. Give a statement, ask the question. And so one of the things I want you to do is learn that you need to become, you are not and you aren't expected to become an expert like that at the very beginning. In beginning and kicking off your business, what we want you to do is, we know you're really excited and we want you to grow, and want you to know that you got a partner and a support team behind you to help you grow and to help you initiate your business and get your business going. We would like for you to start off your business properly by going to your own board training in your website. So you'll go to your website. Hopefully you have a tour of your website with either your sponsor or one of your upline support personnel, your sponsor, even if it becomes George. George Donaldson is the person I sponsored. He's your first goal in the USA. And George is really good in giving website tours, and he likes doing that. I'm really good at it, but I don't have the time to do it anymore, because Hawaii is growing so big, so fast, so quick, and we've got to kind of decentralize what we do together, so that everybody can get trained and duplicated. And it's better if it's at its sponsorship level that it can happen, as long as we get in a tour. But we would definitely want you to have a good walk around tour. And it takes about an hour to do that, to really kind of click on things, know where things are, make sure your name and your email is properly displayed at the bottom of your website, and that you get my 7 steps of success to start your business off, how to fill it out, what a business family pack is, what the detailed compensation plan training is, and just some of the very basics. And then make sure you go through, and I'll share it on my own screen so that everybody sees it. This is the one thing I really want everybody to make sure they expose to the people that are new to them. You go to dashboard when you log in, and you'll see the thing that says go to training. and it's gonna take you to your training center. And you can you can do this on any of your websites. The 199 websites, this is only available for 3 months, and then it's shut off. It's very limited things that are on there that you can access. And then you hit start training. And when you hit start training, it's going to come up to your first hour and a half worth of homework. You should do this before you talk to anyone. You should not talk to anyone until you've done this hour and a half work. Okay. And that's to watch this onboarding video. It takes 20 minutes, as you can see. Then I want you to skip over to maximizing the 7K wealth system. And you'll see that takes 19 minutes. And that's how to put the 7K app on your phone that you can share videos, share information. It's part of how we peak interest. And then I want you to next watch the quick start training. This will give you a real quick introduction of how we start the business, what we do, and a familiarization with 7K. And so you see with these three, we're not even up to an hour yet. Okay, the first three, this one, onboarding, maximizing the 7K wealth system, quick start training. Then I want you to come down to website walkthrough. And that one's going to take you the longest, but it's your own tutor for your website. And so once you click on it, you're going to see a series of other short videos. And that's what we have in each one of the training. They're short. They're anywhere between 2.5 minutes to 13, 14 minutes segments at most. But if your whole length is only 25 minutes, it can't be many 14-minute segments in there, okay? And so one of the first things that you kind of want to make sure you do is your Sound Money wallet set up. And so you'll need to watch these two, I think, first. And if you want to know where everything's at, you just click on this and it tells you everything, all these points, loyalty points, auto savers, how to change your date, how to set it up, what to do. This tells you how to do everything. So it's your tutor when nobody else is around. So we need to familiarize you with this so that you can inherently just go to it when you have a question. If you can't get your question resolved in your own mind by watching this input, then definitely call somebody, okay? And call somebody in your support. Call your sponsor, call your support group. Pastor Gary heads up, kind of like he's the I guess the main guy in Hawaii to be the support group. So he's got people in between you and him, but you want to get your answer quick on questions. And then George comes after Pastor Gary and then me, okay? And everybody should have my phone number. Everybody should have George's phone number. So it's very important that you do this. The other thing that I think is very important is for you to get on the Telegram. If you don't, method of communication, this tells where training is going to happen, what events or what is going to occur, communication within the private group of the 7K Hawaii Ohana team. And also I created a band app, and you should get an invite. Your sponsor should invite you. Somebody should see if you can text me. I'll invite you, because this is where I post my trainings. I'll post them on the Telegram, but I post them on the band app. And so let me show you what the band app looks like. It's an app. It's got right there, that one's got the little red thing. It's called Band, B-A-N-D. And then when I open up Band, see, I have different groups, but I have the 7K Hawaii Ohana team right there. See your nice, beautiful shores and there. I have other teams there. It's their private groups. And this is how we communicate with each other. We post trainings and everything, and you can visit this anytime. So it's a great method of communicating. So make sure you're on the Telegram line for the Hawaii team, and also on the Band app. And if you have to go, you know, if your sponsor's not on it, somebody's not, just keep going up. If you want to be in the loop of what's going on, go up until you get someone that knows what they're doing, and we'll send you an invite link, because you have to be invited. You cannot just go to it and join. Okay. So I think that's the message that I have for our new people joining us in 7K, because you're joining, let's say an experienced team already. We've got a goal. We got 10 silvers, and we got, I forgot how many bronzes we have now. I counted it the other day, but we're over 1,150 members since February 26th, and I think we're going to be over 2,000 before the end of the year. And so they'd be one of the fastest growing teams in the entire company. And I want to congratulate y'all, because it's so important, because you're on the prefaces of opening up the world. You know, Hawaii is the gateway to the Asia Pacific market. And I contend that people in the Asia Pacific market know more about the value of owning gold and silver than most people in mainland America, because we have to educate them a little bit more. But I contend that other countries understand the value of owning gold and silver, and owning it privately, and the government not knowing what they own. I contend that they know a whole lot more about that than most mainland Americans. So with that, I'm gonna open it up to any